Here you are.
Hi everyone. It's hump day. So happy Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday today.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So happy hump day. Hang on, let's make sure we have sound and, yep, we do. We have sound and we have video. It's Wednesday. It's day 3 of virtual warehouse sale week. So let's see, what do we have going on? Breathe, Sarah.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. The sale code, if you're newly tuning into us, is TPC25. That's for 25% off all regular priced and sale priced items. The only thing it excludes is class kits, which we will have a few of the older class kits on comment sold, and then they will be discounted. So if you can tune in on Saturday to comment sold, 10 o'clock Central Time, we will be there with a bunch of fun stuff. I was just in the back starting to grab some stuff because I have to enter it all online and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole process. Anyways, so yeah, TPC, remember to enter that with every order. And then we're going to hold your orders and start processing them on the weekend. Now, if you want your order to ship ahead of time, just let us know. Just shoot me an email, say, Sarah, that's my only order. Go ahead and ship it. Because otherwise, I don't know if you're going to be joining us later on in the week and adding on to your orders. So we just kind of hold them all. Now, if you're local, let's talk about shipping for a minute, because this did come up in the last day a few times. After a sale, where we take a little bit longer to ship. You know, normally you guys are used to us getting your stuff out the door like within a day or two. Unless it comes in on like a Thursday, then it waits until Monday, occasionally till a Tuesday. But after a sale, it takes us just a tad bit longer to get the orders out. Well, a tad meaning a week to 2 weeks longer. Last time, I think we got them out in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple days after the 2 weeks, but we got them out pretty fast. If you're a pickup order, so if you are local and you want to pick up, you always have to remember to click on the shipping drop down, scroll down, and then click pick up at warehouse, and then we'll know that you're going to pick it up. And I do try and pull those out. So my mom makes a note. We got a whole system, and we're always improving it, but she does put at the top pickup, and then on Saturday/Sunday, I go through the orders and I try to pull out all of the pickup orders first. And then I also try and pull out all the onesie orders of the people that just placed one order. And so we can get those out in the warehouse and get Becky started, because she's like hot on my tail. She's like super fast out in the warehouse.
Are you there, Becky?
Yeah. So that's kind of how we work the shipping after. But if you're local and you want to pick up at a certain time or a certain day, or you have somebody coming through Appleton headed up north to Door County or whatever they're doing, shoot me an email, because I would hate to have you send somebody in to pick up and have it not be ready. Now, for sure, don't send anybody in this week, because we don't have any of the orders ready for pickup. So yeah, those will start being ready next week, but we'll get them, and we'll try to get them out of here pretty fast for you. But we try to accommodate, so if you ever need anything by a certain time, like you're on a time frame, just let us know, because we can make it happen for you. We're not holding your order on purpose. We're just working our way through all the orders as fast as we possibly can. But we can pluck yours out if you need it for something. Don't everybody say they need it for something. So anyways, that's pretty much the sale. Remember to click on add-on for your shipping, so then it doesn't charge you as much shipping. If you're like really local, like Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, and if you think you've already paid a lot for shipping, you can always click pick up at warehouse. It won't charge shipping, and then we'll work it out in the end, because we always do try and work it out. If I owe you money, I contact you, or I can deduct it off if it's a credit card. If you owe me money, I'll contact you, send you a PayPal request. So that's why we wait and combine all those orders, because then we can figure that shipping out. But if you ever think, I've paid a lot of shipping already, just go ahead and select pick up at warehouse, and if we need to add any on, we'll be in touch. So anyways, flatten. I don't think there's any questions yet. Right? Everyone's just listening. My mom's just getting going. She usually I go home and then I pick her up and then we come here. But after we leave here tonight, she has a dance lesson, so she had to drive herself.
Yeah. So I started
work today.
I started here.
And she came in here today. So she came in here at like 9 o'clock. Then she had to work at Costco. Now she's here. Now then she had a little rest. And then now she's here with me, and then right after this, she's going to her dance lesson.
Crazy lady.
I forgot to. Hang on. Can you talk to everybody for a minute?
Sure, I'm just babbling. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot to post the flash sale.
Oh my gosh.
So,
we got to get those flash sale things online because I know Sarah's got some great stuff. I am just totally out of breath. As out of breath as...
I will be right back.
As out of breath as Sarah is tonight. Yeah, my day started early here. I woke up this morning, I thought it was Sunday. Actually, it's not Sunday. It's Wednesday. But I was laying in bed, kind of listening to a Bee Gees 1997 concert, and all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, it's not Sunday. It's Wednesday. And I told Sarah I was going to be in at her office at 8. Well, I didn't get here at 8. I got here at 9, and I scrambled through all of your orders from yesterday, and we got those in alphabetical order, and made note of those people who ordered $25 or more in the flash sale last night so that we could enter you in a drawing for the family cookbook. Well, actually, it's Sarah's daughter's ice skating group cookbook, and it has some of our family recipes in it. So Sarah's got to announce that winner tonight, too.
Okay, I'm back, and now the flash sale things are on there. Totally spaced that one. It is Wednesday, hump day, yes, and I missed that. So my mom was telling you about if you order $25 worth of flash sale items that you get put into a drawing for the cookbook. So, and last night's winner is Emily Henry. Congratulations, Emily. We'll get that with your orders. I know you have some in house. And so tonight, if you order $25 in flash sale items, which we're going to get to here in just a minute, you will get in the drawing for the cookbook. Plus, you're going to get the little make and take kit. Now, this image I did use during a watercolor craft along, but I did a little bit different. So all you need is watercolors to add to this, and you're good to go. So you'll get this little kit if you order $25 in flash sale items and get entered into the drawing. So let me take a breath and get a drink of water, and we will go on to flash sale.
All right, I'm just getting ready to post some stuff. So
okay, so for flash sale tonight, it's kind of this and that. It's a lot of, it's things that you need for card making, layers, envelopes, stuff like that. So let's go right down to our flash sale. So we have a 50 count package of white envelopes.
Oh wait, I went down. We don't want to go down. We want. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, am I here?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay. For a minute it went down. She was just listening to me, not knowing I'm standing here. So white envelopes. These are not the Cougar envelopes, so they're a little bit lighter weight than the Cougar. Last year, when the Cougar envelopes ran out and I ordered them and they said it would take 4 months to come in, I was like, oh, I can't go without envelopes. So I ordered some other envelopes. So these are white envelopes, 50 count, normally $9, on sale for $6. With your 25% off, they'll be $4.50 for 50 envelopes. Our normal Cougars, which are a little bit better quality, you get 25 for $5.50. So this will be 50 for $4.50. Again, they're not our normal white Cougars. They're white. They're not as bright white, and they're not as heavyweight as the Cougars. But they're not also the chintzy ones like you get at like the office supply store. So then we have, everybody needs these layering swatches. 100 count layering swatches. You pick either cream or you pick white. This is our Cougar. $7.60 normal, on sale for $5. With your discount, $3.75 for 100 white layering swatches, or cream. You pick the color, you open it up, you pick the color. Silver glossy postcards. Now we're doing alcohol inks tonight. This works really nice for alcohol inks, especially for like a oceany background, because you still get a little of the metallic showing through. So 25 count silver glossy postcards, normally $6, on sale for $4. With your discount, it'll be $3. This going along with the same class that we're doing tonight, but Monday's version of it is the 25 large layering swatches of the Stonehenge. So 25 large layering swatches of the Stonehenge, normally $8.50, on sale for $6, with your discount $4.50. So it's the 4 by 5 1/4 large layering swatches. Just in case you need some little blue layers, these are 3.5 by 3.5, 100 of them, different shades of blue. Normally $4, on sale for $2. With your discount, it'll be $1.50 for 100 3.5 by 3.5 blue swatches. Borders, scrapbook borders, 2 by 12, 100 count, 10 each of 10 colors, and this is 80-pound cardstock. These, like if you cut the 12 by 12s up, would be like $8 or more, on sale for $3. With your discount, they'll be $2.25 for 100. So a scrapbook border, you can use to die cut them, you can use them for words, you can cut them in half and use them for a bookmark. You can use them to just put your glue on because you get 100 of them for $2.25.
Sarah, you're going to have to go someplace because I have to talk about my dance. They want to know about my dance.
Well,
we'll do something else later.
Yeah, we can do that later because she's got to get to dance. If we tie her up talking about dance, then we do our class, then she'll be late for her dance lesson. So we'll do that on another night. Anyways, then we have a cardstock package that I forgot the other day. So this is fleece white parchment, 25 sheets. And it's kind of got that parchment-y type look. It's a 65-pound, normally $6.50, on sale for $3. So you'll get it for $2.25 after your discount. In the line of 65-pound Star Dream, we have 5 colors, just 5 colors. These are normally, so this is 25 sheets. You pick the color. So 25 sheets, you pick the color. They're normally $5. They're on sale for $2, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, don't ask me. I know nothing today.
So, you'll online. I think they were $3, but I put them down to $2, and then with your 25% discount, you'll get them for $1.50 for 25 sheets. Now this is only a 65-pound, so you could use it for a card layer. It's heavier than a text weight, but much lighter than a cardstock. So this is one of our truckload deals from a while ago, and I'm just ready for it to go away. We did use that brown as a layer in one of the cards last night in Creamy Dreamy. So anyways, you pick the color, so you click on it and then you pick the color. Then we have slimline layers. Bet you never thought you'd see those in a flash sale. So the first one is the autumn bundle. So it's 50. So this one's a variety, 5 each of 5 colors, and then you get cream. So you get a total of 50. Normally $9.30, on sale for $6, with your discount $4.50 for the 50 slimline layers. And then
Can you show the colors? Brenda, what do you mean?
Oh, in this one there's not. In the autumn one.
Oh yeah, probably, huh?
Yeah, if that's what she means. In the autumn variety slimline, it's these colors. It's a brown, a burgundy, or a dark red, an olive, a dark orange, and like a mustardy color. So that's in the autumn bundle, 5 each of 5 plus 25 cream.
Oh, the colors of the Star Dream papers.
Oh, the colors of the Star Dream. Yes, I can show those. So we have the Vista, which is a blue, and this is through the packaging. So then we have Rose Quartz, which is pink. We have Crystal, which is white. We have Onyx, which is black. And then we have Bronze, which is brown. So those are the Star Dream colors, 25 sheets, 8.5 by 11, 65 pound, on sale for $2. With your 25% off, they'll be $1.50. That is a blowout deal for those. And then last but not least, we have some holiday slimline layers. And this is a bundle. So this is a bundle of these 4 colors, 25 of each. You have Christmas green, wild cherry, white, and gumdrop green. So 65 pound, 80 pound, 65 pound, and 80 pound. So 100 slimline layers. Those are normally, I think they're normally like $19, on sale for $12, and then with your discount you'll get them for $9. So that is our flash sale. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, you need layers for making cards, so I tried to incorporate that. You need envelopes for sending your cards, and then a little bit of, you know, what we've done in class on Monday and tonight. So that is flash sale. Remember, if you order $25, you'll be in the drawing for the cookbook, plus you'll get the little make and take kit.
The Creamy Dreamy cards are absolutely beautiful. Thank you for designing and sharing the kits with us.
You are welcome. That was fun.
Sue Plasky.
I wasn't sure about that class, and I started, and I ended up really liking it too, so thank you. So we are now going to go down to the table.
All right.
Putting flash sale behind me. It'll take me a minute to get resituated here. Tonight we are doing alcohol ink cards. This one has a little smooge on it. Alcohol ink, and then we have one more. So we have 4 alcohol ink cards that we're doing tonight.
Now I feel better.
Now you're all situated?
I'm all situated. They know how to get to YouTube if they're having trouble.
Yep, if you're having trouble, just go to YouTube, connect there. If you're ever missing any pieces, because there is one piece that people might be missing, it's a gold mirror card piece. But we do have gold mirror card in our like extras little packet. But if you're ever missing a piece, if you're watching live, are envelopes ever part of the flash sale? I can't remember if you talked about envelopes on Monday. Actually, Mary, we talked about envelopes tonight, and I'm just going to stay right here. We do have the 50 count white wove envelopes on flash sale. They were normally $9, on sale for $6, and then with your 25% off, they'd be $4.50 for 50. These are a little bit lighter weight than our regular white Cougar envelopes. We had to get them last year when the Cougars were back ordered for 4 months. So these are on special. Otherwise, we normally don't put a lot of envelopes on special, especially the colored ones, because those just went up insanely high. White envelopes, Penny, these are 4.37 by 5.75. That's the A2 size. These are the ones that are on special. Otherwise, we do have the Cougar ones that you could pay full price for. Those are just a little bit nicer. They're a little bit brighter weight. They're a little bit heavier weight. These are still a nice weight. So there we go. Okay.
So
and that's okay, Mary, that you jumped on late.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in. Yep.
So 4 by 5.5 is not a standard envelope size.
Yeah, 4 by 5.5 is not a standard envelope size. So the A2 is it might be in like Europe or something, but it's not here. But the A2 is like the standard.
Yep.
Fold an 8.5 by 11.5, fold it in half again, and that's your regular A2 greeting card, which is what I make most often. Anyways, we're jumping on to our alcohol inks, and then you did have a little packet with some extras in it. In the extras, there is the glitter paper, which I was saying that I like to use that for watercoloring. You can use it for alcohol ink, but I do prefer the Miri Sparkle, which I don't have a Miri Sparkle sample in here. Gold mirror card, so if you want to play around and test, you can use this, but I think there are some people, when we did in person, that were missing this back gold layer right here, which the one that we're going to alcohol ink on is double the length, so you could use that, but you also have an extra piece of gold mirror card here. So you should have plenty of gold mirror card even if you're missing one square from this kit. Bianco Pearl, which is what we used on the fireplace card. So that's like if you want to test it. Holographic. You might have a different holographic than this. We didn't use it on any of these cards, but I put it in there because I like to do like the swooshing across it. So that's just to play with. Extra piece of Yupo, just if you want to play with colors, because we used Yupo on these 2 cards. But there also might be extra Yupo in these 2 cards, because I think I put an extra piece in there too. So you just have some swatches to play with if you want to test anything before doing it on your actual piece. So we're going to set aside these 3. We're going to start with this one because this one is the most forgiving. Well, I wouldn't say forgiving. Alcohol inks are pretty easy no matter what, but this one you could use any color combination because nothing on this card coordinates, you know, with your card base or anything. So somebody in person did this with greens and it was beautiful. Oh my gosh. So in this kit you have the envelope, you have the card, you have the black layer which goes in the back, you have your piece of Yupo, you have this piece that says hello my, and it's too long, we'll end up cutting it down, and then you have the die cut for friend, and then you have this die cut which we are going to, actually let's do our Yupo first because then we can let it dry, because I am going to try and do something. That like
It's a secret. Till it happens, right?
Yeah, no. So I have my alcohol inks here, and I have the ink pads that I have in here. If you're seeing those, are from or needed in class tomorrow night. So I just left them because I need some alcohol inks. Anyways, so on the Yupo is like a plastic. Like you can't rip the Yupo. Heating Yupo is hard because it is a plastic. If you heat Yupo too much, it will go shoom.
Shrinky dinky.
Shrinky dink, yeah. It'll all shrivel up. But Yupo is very forgiving in that you can play with it and you're not going to pill the surface of it. You could wipe it off with your alcohol ink blending solution, and then you could kind of start over. By the way, to make blending solution, if you want to take notes, is the 90, I think it's the 91% alcohol.
Oh.
And per 1 ounce, it's a drop of glycerin.
What is that?
There's like the 70% alcohol. It's the highest one. It's not 100%, but I think it's 93 or 95% alcohol, and then 1 drop of glycerin per ounce of the alcohol. And you can make your own. So, anyways, you can drop your inks right on here. You can put them on your swatch, which a lot of the cards we're going to put them on our felt pad that's just attached to a piece of Velcro. And we, you know, on some of the cards we're going to do tappy tap, or you can swoosh. I said that on the holographic I like to swoosh, because if you tappy tap on the holographic you start to lose the pattern. So I am going to do some squirting right on there, and actually I want to go behind me, or I want to go in my drawer, and I want to get some greens, because I want to try what the gal did that was in person the other night, or the other day. So I know she used greens. I don't know exactly which greens she used, but it was super pretty. So anyways, I'm going to do a tappy tap with some greens. We're going to play with it and see how it comes out. You can use whatever colors you want. If you want to use purples and pinks, you can. If you like the oceany colors, you can. Let's see. Oh, here's another green. I'm going to put it right over my yellow. But I like to use bigger drops because you want it to kind of spread, you know, move around easy. But she did greens, and it was just beautiful behind that frame. Now I have a little bit of yellow on here, and I want to say that she did it almost by squirting right on the Yupo. So I might actually even add drops of that. Oh, somebody's talking about, I think she's talking to Penny, which asked about the envelopes that were for by 5.5. So Laura Siegel said that you could use the A2 template.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you can drop your inks right on the Yupo and see how it kind of moves around on there. And I don't know what the gal did that did it, but it was super pretty. And she said she just dropped them on there. I didn't watch her, but I saw like at the end of the night, her thing was sitting there and I'm like, wow, that is beautiful. So you can do whatever you want with your Yupo. This is just making a little bit different design.
I love the tappy tap you use, Sarah.
I'm blowing on it right now. So see how I'm blowing on it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're seeing my head in the
No,
screen.
we're not. Not yet.
But it kind of smooths it out.
Okay, folks, I posted the link for the tonight's flash sale. So
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, anyways, you can do whatever you want. Now, when you do this too much, you start getting those black rings, which I'm not sure that I really like the black rings on there, although it kind of looks like lily pads. Doesn't it look like a whole group of lily pads?
Yeah, it does.
So,
Gosh.
maybe this with a frog card would be really good.
Yeah. That's
So-
what I was thinking. Ooh, let's put the froggies on
Were
there.
you thinking that?
Yeah.
You like I like this brighter green.
Yeah. Pretty iridescent almost.
So, anyways, I have extra Yupo at my disposal, so I'm going to do a tappy tap. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm just going to see what happens with it. I'm going to let it dry somewhere flat behind me. So, anyways, you guys are probably done, but I'm just getting started. Oh, here I started to put it on my Velcro without any felt on it. Oh, sometimes they get hard to take off when you put them on and there's ink around it. Anyways, we're still on the first card, so if you're joining us late, we're just kind of playing around with Yupo. I did squirt some Yupo just on my pad, and now I am squirting some on my, or I did squirt it just right directly on my Yupo, and I got big rings. But otherwise, you can do the tappy tap. This one has pinks and purples, which might be a little, I think it's fine. So the more you do tappy tap, you'll start to get the bubbly type look, which as it's wetter, that disperses out. But as it gets drier, you start to get like this bubbly type look. So I'm trying to let it dry a little bit. I do kind of like that. The glassy look on there, but let's see if I can get some tappy tap bubblies on there too. And if you're ahead of me, if you're done, just waiting patiently, you can be
Unable to connect with the link posted. Which one, Patty? I posted a couple of links.
okay, so yeah. I'm not sure, Patty, which one, if you can let us know which link isn't working, my mom will try and post it again. Because she posted a number of different links. We're not sure if it's to YouTube or if it's to the flash sale or what it was to. So
I just tried the flash sale and that one worked on my end.
I'm just trying to get this to go a little bit lighter because the darker, I had Vineyard on here. So I want the bubblies. I want the lighter color that's a little bit underneath. So that's what I'm trying to get. So sometimes you can play and you should just stop. Otherwise you can wipe it off with blending solution. So yeah, I had a pretty dark purple on there. Actually, let me see if I can put some more pink on there and we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen.
The 65-pound Stardom Metallic Star Dream is not listed to choose from on the page with the 5 other colors. How do I select it?
65 pound. There's only 5 colors, so you're going to pick of the 5 colors.
Okay.
I can't see the
Okay.
I can't see the comment, so I'm not sure exactly.
right. So let me just see what she's asking about.
So, anyways, I think I'm just going to stop there.
Star Dream 6525 sheets. Open to select the color.
Yeah, you click on that, you open, and then it should have a little dot next to a circle next to the rose quartz.
Yep, it
and
does.
Then you pick that.
All right.
So,
It does.
while that's drying, I have a lot of ink on there, and I'm going to make sure my hands are clean before moving on to my weeding. And also, if you have trouble, you can email me. I will be on my computer later on tonight. If I don't get back to you tonight or in the middle of the night, I will get back to you tomorrow. And I do have a couple people, that had trouble checking out. I can always look at your cart and create it. Those Star Dreams, we probably have plenty of, so I don't think we're going to run out of them. So if you need to add those onto your order because you can't get them in your basket, I can always help you do that later. So you do have some leaves here. If you want to take those out, you can. I'm not going to spend time taking them out right now. I'm going to get my pokey tool out and just start poking. Now some people came, like I saw Gina's on, she came to in-person. So in-person, like the flash sales, we do have some flash sales that are even better than what the in-person sales were. And that's specifically what they are. They're like 3-hour flash sales. So they will go away.
Patty, I'm not sure why you're not able to connect with the flash sale link. Other people have tested it, and I've tested it, and it's working fine. So I'm just not sure what's happening with you.
Yeah, if the link isn't working, you could just go to our home page and then go down about 5 on the left-hand side. Go down, it starts out bulk papers and then slimline products and then scrapbooking, and then almost below that it says sale. Go to the sale page, and then there's a big black box that says flash sale. You click on the flash sale, and that's where you'll see the items. And again, if you're having trouble, because I know technology can be difficult sometimes, I mean, when it's working, it's awesome. But
when it's not working, it's very, very bad.
It's hard because I can't come through the computer. Although I wish I could some days. Well, there's screen sharing, but I can't do that in the middle of a class.
Yep.
So, anyways, yes, we will. If you're frustrated, just kind of set it aside. Give me a call tomorrow. Email me tonight. We'll get you taken care of.
Or you can clear your internet browsing history and try again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yep. So yeah, sometimes your browsing history thinks it knows better than you do, and you keep trying to click on something, and it keeps thinking it's smart and goes to what you had done before. So that is a real problem sometimes too. Sometimes.
And Carrie Bush, did you figure out how to get to the Star Dream metallic? The Star Dream. I'm going to go there again.
Maybe you could, Mom, go to the Star Dream item and you could just copy the link for that exact item.
Okay, great. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Why didn't I think of that?
I don't know, but I'm poking for a little bit.
Okay.
So if you're done poking, this is going to attach to the, and I check the size of this because it might be, nope, I think it's the right size. Occasionally I give you the size a little bit bigger so you have something to hold on to. So occasionally things need to be trimmed. So always check that before you place it down, especially when you're doing alcohol inks, because sometimes your fingers get on the side, so I give you a little bit extra space. I had a sweatshirt on in here because I was super cold earlier at home. And man, am I glad I took that off because I am roasting now. So this is pinks and purples. This is a dark purple. It has the vineyard on it, which is super dark. But I don't mind. I don't know. That's a little bit more darker than I want for my friend. I actually might turn it over and start again. Hang on. I'm just going to look at this before I do it because, yeah, I'm not liking that. So I'm going to go back to my...
Where was that?
I'm just going to do a quicker one with lighter colors because I don't like the dark. Actually, let's go to my green. So this is my green that I did earlier. I can save my dark purple for something else, but let's check out my green. And now I got pink on my fingers. So I think I am going to go with my green. So, okay, yep, I'm going to go with my green. Use the green one, yep. Green is much better. The dark lines in there I'm not great with, but I'm fine with them. Okay, so now, let's see. I'm just going to add adhesive to my frame. And you don't have to do it on everything. Like you could use a microdot adhesive, but I don't want to get it, I don't want to use that much microdot adhesive. So I'm just going to add adhesive on the outside of my frame and then just periodically in here I'm going to add some adhesive. And if you get too much adhesive in a spot, then you can just kind of dab it off. The other kind of adhesive that I like that I don't have in this room and I don't want to fumigate everybody out, well, it's just my mom here, so it wouldn't affect you guys, but I do like my spray adhesive, but it's better to do that in a well-ventilated area. And
It won't affect me at all.
it might affect you. The spray adhesive can be a little nasty sometimes. Spray adhesive can, yeah. So I am going to turn this over in a clean area.
I can smell it.
I didn't do the spray adhesive.
I smelled something.
Well,
what am I smelling?
Maybe it's me. I don't know.
No, it's stronger than that, Sarah.
I didn't do spray adhesive. So.
Well, I'm smelling some kind of alcohol or something. Maybe,
Oh, well, yeah, because we're doing alcohol ink.
yeah, but that's what I'm smelling. That's
Oh.
what I'm smelling.
Okay. Maybe she was drinking alcohol.
No, it's a good thing I don't drink, but
Okay, we're going to layer this on our black.
the power of suggestion. Yeah, you're right, Carol.
And then we are going to layer this on our scored card.
Well, that's pretty.
It wasn't as pretty as the one that the gal did at the warehouse sale. Hers was super pretty. I can't remember what her name was, but I don't think that she used the dark green. I think that's where I
Flash sale link not highlighted for me to connect. Copy and paste it, Patty. Try and copy and paste that link, Patty.
Okay, we are going to cut off a little bit of our hello, my friend. Let's get the friend attached first because I might cut off the one side. Okay, and then I had my word friend. some browsers do not like our website because it does go to secure as soon as you go to checkout, but before it's in checkout, it doesn't have the S after it. And some computers don't like that. So that could be a problem too, where it's not letting her go to the website.
All right.
Because I have that with a few websites.
Okay.
On my computer, the security's set pretty darn high, and it won't let me on. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So now I just did use a microdot adhesive for my word friend. And I am going to attach that. I'm trying to be really clean tonight and not get my dirty fingers on anything. So yes, there we go. So now I am going to trim off the end of that, and I'm just going to give you the size in case I didn't do that in the directions. Trim it to 5. Your word bar, this, trim to 5 1/4. Off of whichever end you want. I'm going to take it off of the Hello My end. And then you're going to pop that up with foam tape. So pop that up with foam tape.
Picture.
And then you can just use regular adhesive to put on the back of your word. Just only put adhesive behind what's going to stick to this strip, because you just don't want any loose adhesive hanging out. And you can put this wherever you want. You can put it going right down the middle, or you can put it, you know, closer to the top, closer to the bottom, or whatever turns your crank. We're going to attach that on there. And again, just put adhesive in this middle section right here, just because you just don't want all this loose adhesive hanging out, depending on where you're attaching it. And then you can just attach gems wherever you would like.
All right.
Do we get everybody situated?
I'm thinking maybe we did, but let's just see.
Okay, now we...
Patty tried that also. All right, let's go back there. She tried.
Can she get on just from our website? Like go to our website by herself?
I'm gonna try that. I asked her to click on the picture that shows when I put the link up.
Mm-hmm.
Then a picture shows up.
I'm saying not even go to a link. Just type in thepapercut.com.
Okay.
Bring up our website and then go to.
All right.
So without a link.
All right. I'm going to try something here.
Well, come on. Okay, that gem is not working because my gems are broken.
Uh-oh.
Because I snipped them apart and then they're just not. And then I can't decide where to put my gems. Oh, Patty, when you go to the website,
You're seeing something I'm not seeing.
Oh, yeah. Patty, when you go to the website, you go on the left-hand side, right below where it says home, it will say bulk papers, then it will say slimline, scrapbooking, and 1 or 2 rows below that, it will say sale. So click on that sale, and then from there, you're going to, there's a big box right at the top in the middle, and you're going to click on that. It says flash sale, and then you should be able to get to the flash sale items. With the links not working for you, we're not sure why, but I think you can get to it that way. Okay, so we did our first one, which my gem wasn't sticking, so hang on. And then I'm going to move on. Then we're going to move on to the Winter Wishes one. So.
If I order a class kit with my other items, will the discount code know not to mark down the class kit?
Yes. Yep, the discount code will not mark down the class kit. It will know that. But it's supposed to know that. Should be a smart code. Okay, so now let's go on to, so yes, you can order, but we're not going to ship the class kits ahead of time. So we'll wait till your whole order is ready. So if you are in a super hurry, then you are going to want to order it separate. And then I'll ship it out separate. Okay, so we're going to this one. I did have, this was my class card, and it did get a little smooch on it. So we have our envelope. We have our piece of UPO. There's an extra piece of UPO in this one, so you can either do that. Mine was a kit for demoing, so it has an extra frame in it, which is okay for me.
I was going to try and put a picture. I did a snip, Sarah, and I was going to try and put that picture in a comment. It won't let me do that.
Yeah. Nope, that's fine.
Done.
Anyways, so this one, the UPO is in an oval behind here. So we need to get the oval shape, okay? Because right now, if we did alcohol ink on this whole thing, you would, and we mounted it, you would see this whole thing. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way that I did it. I took, is there a
Sarah, it's an old kit. Laura said it's an old class kit.
Yeah.
You're going to have some old class kits on?
If it's online, we have some.
Okay, but on Saturday, are you going to have some old class kits?
Well, I already took them offline.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I already took the old ones offline.
All right.
So, and she might be talking about one that's up there, that's an older one.
All right. It's an old kit, so there is no rush.
No rush, okay.
All right.
So we need to get an oval. Now, you can trace on the outside, but if you trace on the outside, like if my pencil gets residual ink on the outside because you are mounting it on a white card, you may see that. So my preference is to, and your other preference is you can alcohol ink this whole thing and then trim it after by following with your scissors around. But this is what I did. I took my pencil and I traced the inside of the oval. I traced the inside of the oval, and then I just kind of went around the tree. And that way, if you get any residual ink in here, you're mounting it on a dark alcohol ink, and it doesn't matter. Now, but we do need, if we trim on this line, there's nothing for you to attach it to. So now you are going to trim, and I'm going to use a Sharpie to show you. You're going to trim about the September Crafters Classroom. Yes, Laura, you can get that. That's fine. So you're going to trim about 1/4 of an inch on the outside of your pencil line, because that's going to give you enough area to attach your foam tape too, if you're going, or your adhesive. So I have my pencil line, which follows the inside of here, and I'm going to trim about an eighth to a quarter of an inch on the outside of that. And I'm going to do it from, I'm doing it on this side and I'm mucking this side up, but I'm going to turn it over and do my inking on the other side. So if you feel better, you can draw your hash lines so you know where to trim. When I originally did it, I just eyeballed it. I drew my hash lines now for you to all see what I meant by where I'm cutting. And we're going to test it before we alcohol inking it anyways to make sure it's the right size. If you have an oval die that matches this shape, that would even be the better way to go. But I didn't have a big oval die. So now I am going to test and make sure that I can't see any of my Yupo on the outer edge out here. And it looks fine. So see that where I drew it on there? I traced it. Then I cut it about a quarter of an inch outside that line. But now I am going to Yupo on the back. Now this one I did take a felt pad and I did swoosh across it. So I just swooshed. If you want to do tappy tap, you can do tappy tap. I've got different shades in there, so you can see I've got a blue in there and I've got some purple. So when I put it on my felt pad, I kind of put it in lines, like I put one shade of purple, my shade of blue, and maybe another shade of purple. And then I just swoosh, 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 swoosh. And then you can blow, and that will smooth everything out.
Okay.
I'm going to try my Vineyard, which I did last time, which is my super dark purple. I am also got my Indigo here, which I believe this is the one that adds a little bit of blue to it. And I don't exactly know. And I probably can't get it to look like that again if I tried. So if yours doesn't look like that,
it's okay.
It's okay, because it's your creation. So now I've got my Amethyst and my Purple Twilight. I don't know which one. I'm going to try my Amethyst. And if you want to do and I told them this in person too, like a green sky looks nice there, a gray or black sky looks nice there. You can do whatever color sky you want. Because again, there's nothing on here that's matching the card base. So I'm going to swoosh, 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 swoosh. And if I don't like that, I can go a little bit more. And my colors will mix a little bit more instead of as liney. And then I can blow it. And that kind of smooths it out. And if I want to try more color, I can, because it's Yupo, so you can work that color a little bit more. So I wanted it a little bit darker. And I might stop. I'm not liking the lighter purple in there. I'm just not sure. No, I don't mind it. Actually, I like that a little bit better. I don't mind the little lines in there. Oh, but here I'm going to go one more time. And you can always add more ink to your... I don't know how I got that really deep purple on there. I'm going to try more Vineyard. And then I might turn it over and do it again.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to stop now. Okay, because I've got my nice deep purple that I wanted. That Vineyard was a good purple. So I'm just going to let that for a minute. You do have to let that dry all the way, and then we are going to do splattering if you want to splatter. You don't have to splatter. If you're like, nope, I'm good, I like it the way it is, you don't have to go to the splattering. Now on my original one, I splattered, and I did splatter a little bit on the tree. You can splatter right now on your Yupo. You can attach your tree onto there and then splatter, or you can not splatter at all. But while this is drying, I am going to go to my winter wishes. You're going to take a paper trimmer, trim that off, and then you're going to trim your piece of silver mirror card to fit behind it. Now I did pop those up with foam tape. Depending on if you're mailing or not mailing, you could pop it up or not pop it up. So I'm going to turn around behind me and just trim my ends of my winter wishes off. And I could bring my trimmer over, but we'll just try and get it done right here. You guys are working too, so. Yeah, and if you want to mount it up, we can mount it up, and I'm just going to mount it up since I have my foam tape already pre-cut.
Sarah, I don't know if you saw Penny Blaylock's post. She had to get offline because her daughter was there to help her bathe tonight.
Oh, okay.
Wash her hair and get ready to go to the doctor tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're doing okay, Penny. And I hope you get a good doctor's report tomorrow. I hope he tells you everything's on track. We're wishing you a good recovery.
Yeah.
It's a slow, probably, process, but you just have to let it happen the way it needs to happen. Can't rush those things along.
She's getting a French braid in her hair for tomorrow's doctor
nice.
appointment. She's going to have to get her chest tube stitches removed tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
That is nice.
There is something about getting not duded up, but you
Yeah.
know, doing yourself up just kind of makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So, I want a thinner border on here, and I think I should just call it a day. But of course I'm trimming.
We could end up with postage stamp again.
I did want a little bit thinner border. I should know better than I should just trim.
Sarah, the reason I wanted you to pick me up tonight was because I was really thinking about ducking out of my dance lesson tonight. And I thought, if you came to pick me up, then I wouldn't.
Then you wouldn't go to your dance lesson?
Yeah. So, that's that.
Well, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
I know. I was going to call him, but
Oh,
I'm feeling better.
Okay.
I'm feeling better now.
Good.
Not that I was really feeling bad, but
It's just been a long day.
it's been a long day.
Long day.
Especially when you get up and think it's Sunday.
Yeah.
It turns out to be Wednesday. Oh well. I was having a nice concert in my bed this morning with the Bee Gees.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, now I'm going to put adhesive on the back. So on the back, and then I am going to attach it. Okay, so adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to attach it. I am going to use my ATG gun
Oh.
because I trust myself with my ATG gun. Going all the way around here. I mean, ATG gun is my preferred adhesive pretty much for mostly everything. So if I can ATG, I will ATG. But it doesn't work on everything, so.
Sarah, even I'm getting used to that darn gun. I had to get it out this Saturday when I was doing quilt-a-card. Because,
The Kikuyo.
yeah, my Kokuyo I don't have anymore, and I was trying to use the other one that I use sometimes, and I kept trying to pull the trigger, and there is no trigger on that one, and oh
The
man.
Glue Glider Pro.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have my adhesive on there. I am just going to go around the outside and make sure I didn't miss my frame. I think I did pretty good though. I am going to attach that to my oval, and then I'm going to splatter. Now again, you're splattering at your own risk. If you don't want to splatter, don't splatter. Okay, this is totally up to you whether you want to splatter or not. For splattering, a silver mixative.
Oh, if we could just pull that sliver moon out of the sky that we saw the last couple of nights.
Yeah, there's been a really pretty moon here at night. Hang on. Oh my good gracious. That one is stuck. That was the one that I used on Saturday, and they probably got all gunkied up.
Oh.
And, oh, hang on, because now this one, the ball isn't going. Oh, there it is. There it goes. The one I used at my in-person classes, it probably got all gunkied up, and then the lid got put on, and then it doesn't come off very good. So I'm putting a couple drops in there. Then I am just dipping straight down, just in the ends. You don't have to get it on the whole thing. And then I like to just tap it over the top of my project. Now I'm tapping it over here just so you can see. And I usually do it off to the side somewhere first to make sure I don't have any big splooties on there, or whatever. Splooties.
It's another technical term.
Yeah. If you have too much ink on there, it looks like a blizzard. So less is best. Although I just used most of mine when I was testing. So hang on a second, I'm going to do a little bit more. And as you can see, I have one little tray here and a block that I use for alcohol inking. Okay, there. That's a little bit better. So that's the one that I designate for alcohol inking. And it just sits over to the side. This has to dry, okay? So that has to dry a little bit. While that's drying, I'm going to actually flip my work surface over so I can start clean. Oh, semi-clean. This is the back, so semi-clean. I've got my scored card off to the side right here. I am going to put foam tape behind here, and then when I attach it, I'm going to attach part of it flat, and then I'm going to put foam tape behind this side, because remember I have foam tape behind here, so I need to pop that up the same. So I'm going to put foam tape on the back of here. I'm going to attach it to my card, and then I'm going to partially foam tape this one. So I'm going to flip this over on a clean area, and I'm going to get my foam tape out. And go around my oval. So around my oval. And I can do some in the middle of my oval. Or I could actually rip some bigger hunks of foam tape off so I don't have to do so many, which I do have a big hunk of foam tape right here that's left from this weekend. Alright, and if you have multiple foam tapes, you know, maybe on this corner right here, you even put a little bit thicker foam tape, just a hair. So I'm actually going to see what I have, because Some of this is 3M. This is from Jean. And then some of it, June sends me some foam tape every once in a while when she finds some, so I appreciate that. So there's some different thicknesses. So I might put a little bit different thickness behind that corner of my words, just to account for the foam tape height plus the cardstock height. And anybody that you give this to is not going to know the difference. They're not going to be like, oh, that's angled down just by a 32nd of an inch.
And if they do.
And if they do, they're off your card list. Anyways, you could put your words wherever you wanted. If you wanted to put your words at the top, if you wanted to put your words in the middle, if you want to put your words at the bottom. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to put regular adhesive on the part that's going to attach to the oval. And then I'm going to put foam tape in that one corner. And yes, I have some foam tapes that are a hair thicker. So I'm going to try that.
Oh, look, I match your card.
You match my card. Yes, you do.
Oh, and you have a dark.
And I have a dark purple on too.
Yep.
So this is going to go down in this corner right here. But then I'm going to put regular adhesive on the part that is going to sit on top of the oval and the tree. Okay, so I have foam tape in the one corner that's going down here, and then regular adhesive. And yeah, that's at a perfect height. Look at that. Okay, so that's our winter greetings card.
Very lovely.
Now I think we are going to go on to, let's go on to our autumn card. So let's go on to our welcome autumn. Is there a fruit fly over there or something? Oh, did you get it?
No. He's faster than I am. Mm.
Okay. So now our autumn card, we're going to pull those pieces out. We have our leaves. We have our printed, oh, this is the one that I already demoed with, so I'm missing all of the pieces, but I have pieces by me. So the extra piece of cardstock, unprinted, is for the inside. Instead of doing a text insert, I used a layering swatch for the inside. So, oh, I just ran out of adhesive.
Okay, let me go get mine.
No, you don't need to get it. I've got my
Okay.
1/4 inch. So layering swatches are good for the inside of the card or the outside of the card. So this one just happens to be Glimmer, which I never noticed this before. Glimmer, it's a curious, so it's going to be when it's gone, it's gone. But I've always told people it's got like gold metallic flakes in it, which it does, but it matches this copper really well. So it's like a deeper gold that really, I think, matches this copper card. So that's why I used it, and I used it on the inside and on the outside. So we can attach the Glimmer to the gold mirror card to the copper. We'll just get that attaching done with right away. And again, I do sometimes some really narrow borders, and if you don't like the narrow borders, if they're harder to see, you can always trim a little bit off of 2 sides of the front. You don't have to trim all 4 sides. If you trim equal amount off the, the top and one side, that's all you need to do. You never need to trim all 4 sides, unless you have a pattern that you're needed to go to. But anyways, you can always turn it over to see about what your border is before you attach it. Yeah, I like the copper too. And this Glimmer cardstock, I've hardly used it over the years. And it's going to be gone pretty soon. And I was just like, instead of it being just plain, I liked the little Glimmer flecks on it. And it matches, or it looks so good with the gold and the copper. I'm going to attach this to the front of my card. Now, if you want to wait until you have these layers on there, that's up to you. But I'm just going to attach it right away. Sometimes I wait when I'm doing longer layers in case they need to be trimmed off. But I'm going to just get this out of the way. Sometimes I open up my card just so I'm not fighting the fold of my card. Okay, now I have to go to my extra things to get my pieces and parts, and this is where I'm going to show you that you may be missing a piece, but you have extra gold mirror card in the this extra little sleeve. So if you are missing one square of gold mirror card, you have this extra piece. So hang on. So you should have 2 sizes of strips of gold mirror card. One is the one we're going to alcohol ink on, and I only may have one in mine. Oh, no, I have both. And then you should have one bigger piece and one square. Okay, now those are the same width. So I just want to lay this out before. So you have 2 widths of
Where is the copper
strips.
glimmer paper?
It is under, just search Glimmer, Glimmer.
Okay.
Okay, so the strip goes down first, that is the wider one, and the one that's just a hair narrower is the one that we alcohol ink, so we're putting it off to the side. On this one, this is this piece right here, and see this is, one of them is cut to size, and then the other one, you can alcohol ink on it, and you can trim it to fit on here, okay? Or you can alcohol ink this one. You just need 2 that are close in size. So I think I figured I'd give you this one because then you could alcohol ink and then trim it to fit on this one. That was my whole theory. So these are my 2 that I'm going to alcohol ink. If you're missing this square, you know, you can get it out of this piece, or you have an extra piece right here. So you have gold mirror card to work with. But some people this weekend were missing this square. Anyways, we're going to alcohol ink on these. Ignore my...
I typed in glimmer. I can't find it.
Oh, it didn't come up?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Okay, well, Glimmer actually might not be on line if it didn't come up when you searched.
Yeah, the white glimmer.
Did you just type Glimmer or white Glimmer?
I just typed glimmer.
Okay. I will look at, can you make me a note to look at the Glimmer?
Okay.
Okay, and it might have been unactivated, but we do have some left, so I will reactivate it. The next 2 cards are going to use the same colors, and it's just, this is where I said you just need an assortment of autumny type colors. So I've got out here terracotta, rust, crimson, honeycomb, currant, espresso, ginger. So yeah, just whatever autumny type colors that you have. Now when you alcohol ink on the gold mirror card, I like to do just a tappy tap. The more you tappy tap, the more it starts to look a little like burnished. Okay, so when you tappy tap in the beginning, you get the nice shine of the mirror card out of it, but as you keep tappy tapping, it starts to look a little burnished. So this is totally up to you whether you want to keep going or stop. And maybe that's why I gave you the longer piece, so then you could play around a little bit more. Plus you have this one to play around too. So let's just go ahead and use some, I'm just going to start out with not the brown. I'm going to start out with the currant and the oranges and red. Oops.
Okay, we're good.
And we're using the same color the same colors on the bricks on the mantle. So I like to do just a tappy tap, and the more, like, you can just do once and done. The more you keep going, it might look a little burnished, like it'll lose a little bit of its shine. So there, we can still see our gold through there. But if we keep going, like I'll keep going over here, it'll start to, I don't know, it starts to look just different. It's hard to explain. I don't even know if I can make it do it right at the moment because I've got so much ink on here. So anyways, you play around with that. I did get it going a little bit on here. To whatever point that you want, and then you're going to stop. I'm going to leave my felt pad out because we're going to do that again. So you're going to, this square, if you have the bigger square in there, it is, your bigger square is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So you need a square to fit on top of it that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Right now they're the same width.
Couple of questions. How long does it take the gold mirror to dry with the alcohol inks?
It's pretty dry. Like mine is a little bit tacky, so I just did it probably a minute, depending on how, like, it's dry on the strip already.
And how do the alcohol inks work on the Star Dream paper?
On the Star Dream, it just basically soaks in.
Okay.
I mean, basically just, and I'm going to see if I have a piece of Star Dream here by me. I'm sure I do somewhere. It basically just soaks in and just kind of doesn't do anything. So hang on one second because I'm right here. Oh, this is a piece of Star Dream. This is coral. I'm going to cut a little hunk off of here. Actually, forget it. I'm not going to waste my card. I have a piece of opal from the other night. So basically it doesn't do anything on the Star Dream. It just soaks in.
Okay. It needs a kind of a glossy surface.
Yes, it needs some type of sheen. I mean, even more sheen. So on here you can do it, but it just kind of soaks in, and it soaks in lighter. See how it was that orange?
Mm-hmm.
On the Star Dream, it just soaked in.
Yep.
So yes, it needs some type of finish on it, whether it be the mirror finish, the Yupo's a plastic finish, even glossy you can do it on because that has a harder chrome finish. But yeah, that color looks nothing like that because it just soaked in and went blah. So, but that's a good question. All right, so now we need a square that is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So this piece right here, you are going to cut to, and you're going to cut both your gold mirror card piece and your alcohol inked piece to 5 1/4. So both of these need to be 5 1/4 inch long, and then you need a square that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. 5 1/4 for the long one. Okay, and that strip is going to go on here. So 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And those fit on there. And then we need a piece that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. It's harder when you have this guard on here. Hang on. I just can't do it.
You can't get the guard off,
I
right?
gotta get the card off. I know it's there for safety reasons, but when I'm cutting smaller things, I do need it to not be there. If I can even get the guard off. Like I put it back this weekend just because I was letting people use it and I didn't want to be responsible for anybody
Cutting their finger off.
cutting their finger off, and now I can't get it off. And I'm not gonna futz with it, I'm just gonna deal with it. So 1 3/4, and this one was plenty long for you to do 2 of them. And 1 3/4. Okay. So we do have an extra piece.
That guard is kind of a pain in the neck.
It is. So now we are going to attach our 2 alcohol ink pieces to our 2 mirror card pieces. Oops, I keep grabbing the tape gun that has no tape.
Want me to fill it?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Okay, and that attaches to there. And this one I did attach top to bottom. So if you do want it, if you want to border all the way around, you can snip a little bit off. That one's just going to attach right there, flat. And then the rest of the pieces I'm going to use foam tape for. I can't believe I don't have the glimmer online.
Yeah. Right. Paper cut. Let's go in and do that again. Search when I put
If you searched it and it didn't come up as long as...
greeting cards came up, and then a 149 glimmer.
Yeah, 149 is glimmer.
Yes,
Isn't it there? But or maybe there's just not a picture. It is number 149.
but it comes up under whites by shade. Whites.
Yeah, it could be... It's a white shade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So that's it.
It doesn't say copper.
No, it's not copper.
Oh, okay.
It's
Somebody
called
were
glimmer.
asking about copper glimmer.
Oh, copper is the color of the... What I was saying was copper is the color of the card.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And glimmer has little flecks in it
Yes.
that are supposed to be gold, but they're kind of coppery color.
Okay, that's
that
what
they
was
match.
confusing for everybody.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
All right.
So glimmer is number 149,
All right.
and it is...
I got it.
It's
up.
just kind of like got some coppery tones in it.
Yes.
Okay, and then our leaves we're gonna attach. Yeah.
Okay.
So glimmer is there. Yay!
Yeah, we got that solved. Boy. Okay, so where is the glimmer?
And it could be under whites because it
Yeah,
is
I
like
got it.
a whitish cream stock. So
Reply. Okay, Bernice.
yep, it's glimmer's there.
Reply. Bernice, thanks for the laugh.
That's funny.
Thanks for asking.
So yeah, it just kind of has some
Here's the link.
copper tones in it,
Here's the link.
and it matches the copper Star Dream stock.
Paste.
Really good.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Glimmer is glimmer. I should have told you to search for number 149 because that
Yes.
is the color number for it.
The question was, where is the copper glimmer paper?
Oh,
So that's what we were looking for.
okay. Yep. Nope. It's just called glimmer.
Okay?
Just called glimmer.
No, I'm glad we got that solved.
But there's the copper Star Dream. Now that's the one thing with our website. Don't search for too much. So if you search for copper Star Dream, it will not come up because Star Dream happens to have a quote around it on our website.
Okay.
So you want to search for
For Star Dream?
Just copper. Just
just-
the word copper.
Just copper. All
Yep.
right.
Stuff comes up better on my website if you search for something, like if you search for text, a bazillion things will come up.
Yeah.
Or like, what's another one?
So if we search for copper, we get Copper Star Dream greeting cards.
Yep, and the next,
Metallic.
yep, it's copper metallic.
Okay. And Copper Star Dream metallic text.
Yep, nope, you don't want the text, you want the cardstock or the scored cards, because we
Okay.
did use the scored card. But like if you're searching for the birthday candle frame, instead of typing all of that in,
Yes.
just search for birthday.
Yes.
Or search for the word candle.
Yep.
Don't type it all in, because I may have said candle birthday frame. You know,
Yes.
if I put the words in a different order than you did, it won't come up.
I kind of figured that out when I was looking for those dies, so
Yeah, so you search for
yeah, as little as
as
possible,
little as possible.
and find the one that you're looking for after
Right.
that. Yep.
I'm looking for my little pokey tool that kind of got lost in my mess.
Yesterday, huh?
No,
No?
just earlier today.
Okay.
It's under here somewhere. Oh, here it is.
It's in her cart now.
What's in her cart?
The copper.
I thought.
When she was looking for the copper
Glimmer. Yeah, it's just called
she got
glimmer.
it. She found it.
Okay, good. Good. Phew!
Woof.
Solved.
It's amazing we can talk to each other and understand what we're talking about.
I'm glad I questioned that it's not on there, because it really was on there.
Yeah. So get rid of that note, Sarah. You don't have to reactivate anything.
No. Alright, so that is our autumn card. And we still did leave our autumn alcohol inks out, because we're going to use those on the mantle card. Okay, so that's that one. Yay. Then we will go on to the mantle card. And we're going to keep out the same alcohol inks. And in this kit, oh, I got this kit right in front of me. This was, this is the Bianco Pearl. That's what we're going to alcohol ink on. And then there's a layer that goes behind it. You have your scored card, and you have your text insert. Let's go ahead and just put our text insert in right away. And I'm going to put tape right on top of, actually I have the narrower tape, so I'm going to put a little bit of tape on both sides of my score. And don't have it go all the way to the top and the bottom, because our text insert doesn't go to the top and the bottom. Hold it at a 90-degree angle and just kind of set your text insert right into the score and fold it down. Then we can go ahead and we'll leave, yes, we can attach this piece right away because it's all set to layer. So because this back piece is set to layer, we can go ahead and attach that right to the front of the card, and then we don't have any trimming to do. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the front of the card right away. I'm going to look at it on 3 sides to make sure I'm getting the right border. Okay, and now we can just kind of set that aside, because that's going to be our card base. The rest of the pieces, we can go ahead and, so our oval we used to make the fireplace, okay? So I found it easy, well, let's go ahead and do our alcohol inking on here first, because I found it easy to just semi-attach that and then trim it from the back. When I tried to just trim it, I didn't trim it straight. So this one I do like to set on there and then trim off, but we have to do our alcohol inking first. And then you have some little pieces right here. Now the little pieces that are in here are from the tree frame die, but I do not suggest searching for tree frame die. I would just search for tree. And a few things will come up, but that is easier than searching for tree frame die.
And don't search for dies, because you'll
Don't search for dies, because they'll all come up. So anyways, whatever assortment of colors you want to do, and in your little sampler pack, in this little pack right here, there is a piece of Bianco Pearl. So if you want to test it, you can test it on there. Otherwise, the Bianco Pearl acts a lot like the Yupo. It doesn't get that burnishy type look that the gold mirror card does. So this one does act a little bit more like the Yupo, and you start to get the bubbly effect the more you keep tapping on it. I had a sample here.
So Sarah, is that the tree frame layering die set,
No,
46, or is the tree layering die set, 43?
It's the one with the frame.
It's the one with the frame.
Yes, because the other
46.
one doesn't have the Merry Christmas.
Yes, you're right.
And the other one, I don't know if the other one has the stocking either.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so yeah, you want the one that has the, you want the one that has both the,
Yep, it's 46.
Okay.
Tree frame layering die set.
yes. Now, I did one the other day, okay, and I had it exactly the way I wanted it, but then I was showing them that it was acting like the Yupo, and so I kept tapping, and I got the little bubblies on it. So if you like it more like this look or this look, then stop. Because if you keep going, as you keep going, you'll start getting the little bubblies, okay? And you may want that look. Maybe you had an old fireplace that, had that look and you want that. So it's just stop when you get to where you're at instead of keep going. That was the whole theory behind that. Again, I'm going to use some rust and some crimson, or you could use currant, and then I'm going to use some brown too. Now, if you don't want it to get that bubbly look, if you add more ink to it, the wetter it stays, then it won't dry out and get that bubbly look. So now we're gonna, and you can surely do like that to it, or you can do the tappy tap. But you can do that first, and then you can tappy tap over it. And if you're like, I want some more, like here I got just a little bit of brown right here and some, yeah, so you can just, it's such a cool, I don't sell the die, but it was very fun to, I think it's a Tim Holtz die.
Is he even a thing these days?
Yeah. Yep, he's still coming out with stuff. But where I just added some yellow, I got some yellow there, and now I've got some brown there, and maybe I want to add some more brown in other places. And I can blow on it, because that kind of smooths it out. So yeah, just stop when you get where you want. But I just kind of love that Bianco Pearl with the alcohol ink on it. It is amazing. Now I do need a few alcohol inks in cards. So I'm going to leave those out. But yeah, there's my brick wall. So if you remember, I did this brick wall originally when the Bianco Pearl first came, or when I was working with a boss. I don't know. I did this one, so that's the start of this card. Actually, you're going to need one more. You're going to need a little bit more alcohol ink out because we're going to alcohol ink the flame right here. So the wood and the flame are in the same one. I forgot to say that. So I need like the honeycomb out and a brown for the bottom and the top, or maybe a little rust. So is the brick wall, is that a Tim Holtz? Yes, it is a Tim Holtz. The brick wall is a Tim Holtz. So I'm going to start with my honeycomb. I'm just going to add my flames. And you can add a little orange to that if you want to. So you can add a little rust or terracotta if you want to add some more colors to your flames. And then, you can see I just did just a tiny, tiny bit. And then on the very bottom, I'm just going to kind of turn my thing around. And I'm just going to down at the very bottom, I'm just going to do some wood. And I do think I want a little bit more. I know I'm being too picky right now. Okay, there. So that just happened to be, I happened to have a Impression Obsession die that had the campers on it, and this just happened to be on there. So, okay. So now this is dry, and I'm going to just attach, this is like your fireplace. So I'm going to attach that on there first and then trim from the back. And if you are able to do it straight, the first time I did it, I just kind of tried to cut across it and I was totally crooked. So then the second time I did it, I actually attached it so I could see that it was straight, and then I turned it over and I cut from the back. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to attach my fireplace on there about as high as I want it. And then I'm going to trim from the back. Now this, you can either use your personal paper trimmer or you can use a scissors. I'm going to trust myself with the scissors. And if you don't like it, you have plenty more to play with. I was going to try and move it up, and then I'm going to say, nope, Sarah, don't even try to move it up. Just leave it alone. Okay, now we have the mantle, and I did use foam tape to pop that up. I used foam tape to pop up and we might be better off just right now, before we start building our scene, that we attach it to the card front. So remember our card front that we did in the very beginning? We can attach this right to our card front, and then we can build our flame and our stockings and all of that. Where if we built everything on top of here, it would have foam tape all over it, and it would probably be harder to put the adhesive on the back. So that's why sometimes it's better to build it while it's flat and then build up.
This was another card that just happened.
Yeah,
right?
This was a card that just happened.
Thank
Wendy, who does kitting for me, I had this part done. Like the brick wall was done. And 4 months ago, she embossed the brick wall on the Bianco Pearl because I knew I was going to do it. And it sat here for months and months and months. And I was like, I just don't know what I'm going to do with that card. And I was stressing, not sure what I was going to do. I was picturing like an old truck, like having it halfway in an old truck on there. And then I couldn't do it. And mine is a little bit off, but she came in and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this brick wall. And she's like, well, I thought you were going to make it a mantle with like stockings and a fireplace. And boom, within a half an hour, it was done.
Half an hour, it was done. Just like that.
Just like that, yes.
We found the dies and...
Yep. And then the next day, it was funny because she texted me and she said, do you have the logs? I don't have the logs for the fire. And I'm like, yeah, you do. We did it right at the counter. She's like, I don't have it. And then I'm frantically looking, and my mom wasn't here, and I'm frantically looking for it. And then she said, oops, my bad. The logs are attached to the flame. Your superior alcohol inking of them is better than my tired eyes. I'm like, shoo.
Yeah, that was a funny story I heard the next day.
Yeah. So, okay. We need to poke out our Merry Christmas. This is
Did you find your pokey? Yeah, there it is.
Yes, I found my pokey. This is a very delicate Merry Christmas. So if it seems like it's not, totally poked out, take a pokey tool, because sometimes with things this small, they don't always poke out good with your big fingers. Well, with my big fingers. Okay, and then just make sure, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to put our Merry Christmas on there.
So then those dies came back to me, then I had to figure out where they all went again.
Yeah, because the you wouldn't think it, but the flame went with the campers. I can't even remember what it was
It was
called.
a beach thing.
No, it wasn't a beach thing. Well, I think you put it in beach, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was called beach. I think it's called campers or something like
It
that.
could be. Yeah. But I found it in beach and it continues to live in beach.
Yeah. So, because look on the instructions, it tells you what the name of the dye is. Under Impression Obsession, doesn't it?
Yeah,
have-
other products. Paper cut products. 10 dies used. Campfire family.
Campfire family, yep, that's what it is.
IO.
Okay. And then we have our stockings. So these I did just use a little bit of glue on top of here to hold it up. I didn't punch out that main part of the stocking. I just punched out the little hole, this little guy. And then I used a little bit of glue at the very top edge of the stocking. And then I used foam tape behind the stockings. Okay, so
Well, I had all these instructions that you so nicely put here for me tonight, and I hardly looked at them.
yeah, last night I forgot to give them to you.
Tonight I forgot to look. We're
Oh
even.
well. Oh well.
Oh, I see. Glimmer Curious Metallic Flakes.
Yep.
Yep, got it. Ah, well, Sue.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. I'm a little tired. Can you imagine how dance class is going to go?
Okay.
Probably go good.
Because you won't be overthinking
I
it.
won't be overthinking, that's right.
So now you could tell them about your dance. What kind of dance you're working on
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
dance. I'm working on ballroom dancing, and so I'm getting ready for a showcase in March. Thinking about what in the heck I want to do. So because I will turn 80 in March before the showcase, just days before the showcase. Someone challenged me to be on the floor 80 times, and I said, challenge accepted. So I'm trying to figure out what dances I'm going to do and with who I'm going to do them. And when I do some routines, a routine is a whole song and it's choreographed, and so I'll be doing a waltz that I did last year. Sarah posted that video. And that's so funny because I hadn't been on the dance floor in the ballroom dance floor for at least 17 years. So I got back on last October and couldn't figure out why I couldn't do all the things I did when I was 17 years younger. Well, for good reason. Anyway, then I'm going to do a cha-cha with my instructor, and then I'm going to do other things with other instructors and other things with other amateur dancers. So it's going to be fun.
I'm sure you'll get videos. I'm sure we'll post videos.
Yeah, right.
Probably not all 80 of them. But.
No. And hopefully we'll be able to see some progress between last year's waltz and this year's waltz, which will be to the same music, which is Barry Gibb's End of the Rainbow.
Okay, so this I did pop up with foam tape, if you've been watching. And then I'm going to attach the stockings with foam tape, and then we're going to call it a night.
Watch out, Dancing with the Stars. Laura, that's so funny because Dancing with the Stars is so much gymnastics. And at 80, I don't think you're going to see much gymnastics from me. But I'll do what I can do. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Bernice. It is fabulous. It's nice to be back on the dance floor again. Even though my dance partner's not there with me. But he's on my heart, so...
Yeah. And Laura Plummer, my brother, thought she was 80 this year and, argued with me and said, she is 80. Check her driver's license.
So I sent him a copy of my driver's license.
So, yes, my brother did not believe that. My brother thought she was 80 last year.
That brother. That's so funny.
Yeah, that was
so
funny.
I'm in my 80th year, and you don't turn one until the end of your first year. So you don't turn 80 until at the end of your 80th year you turn 80. Oh. So when I turn 80 in March, I will officially be in my 9th decade. That's even funnier. Oh, God.
Alrighty, we are to the end of our class. So let's get the cards back over here.
Oh, gosh.
That was funny that Dave thought you were.
I
He did
know
not
it,
believe
guys. Yeah, Laura Siegel said guys. What's even funnier is that when that kid who Sarah was talking about, her brother, when he was like 10 years old, he said, "Don't worry, Mama, I will always take care of you." So on Mother's Day, we were all together, and these kids were having this conversation, and Sarah said, "Well, I did the first stint, Dave."
You're up. No, not. I didn't mean that.
That's funny.
You're up in the later years.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thanks for joining us for the Alcohol Inc. class, and we will see you all tomorrow night. What's tomorrow night? Oh, tomorrow night is the stamping, the layered floral. Make sure you have like a eraser to, because they're brand new clear stamps, so you kind of need the eraser to season them and stuff. And a die cutter and stamps and ink pads and all that fun stuff. So anyways, thanks guys. We will see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.